In this lesson, the goal is to help you develop proactive planning habits. That means learning to anticipate challenges before they happen, aligning your actions with your long-term goals, and making planning a consistent part of your routine. Instead of reacting to problems as they arise, a proactive mindset allows you to stay one step ahead and create systems that support your growth over time. As we explore time management more deeply, it becomes clear that real success isn't just about using the right techniques. It's also about adopting the right mindset. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is moving from a reactive way of working to a proactive one. Now, being proactive doesn't mean simply doing more. It's about taking initiative, anticipating challenges, and making sure your actions are aligned with your personal vision. Stephen R. Covey, in his classic book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, highlighted this idea in his very first habit: be proactive. According to Covey, being proactive means recognizing that we are responsible for our own choices and behaviors. We're not victims of circumstances, time pressures, or other people's demands. Even when it feels like we don't have control, we still choose how to spend our time. And that mindset, taking ownership instead of reacting, makes all the difference in how we plan and live our lives. Let's take a moment to compare what it actually looks like to be reactive versus proactive in daily life. Think of a student. A reactive student might only start studying when a deadline is right around the corner. That often means late nights, high stress, and a lot of anxiety. A proactive student, on the other hand, takes a step back at the beginning of the week, reviews upcoming deadlines, and schedules regular, spaced-out study sessions. The workload feels lighter, and the stress is far more manageable. The same applies to a job seeker. A reactive job seeker sends applications in a rush, maybe when they suddenly remember or when they feel external pressure. But a proactive job seeker sets weekly goals, blocks out dedicated time to work on applications, and consistently updates and improves their materials. These differences might seem small in the moment, but repeated over time, they lead to very different results. Proactive individuals not only get more done, but they also feel more confident, protect their mental health, and make steady progress toward their long-term goals. Proactivity doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It grows from intentional, consistent planning. That's why the weekly and daily planning systems we've talked about aren't just ways to stay organized. They're tools that give you real control over your time and your choices. A well-structured plan isn't about locking yourself into a rigid schedule. Instead, it creates space for you to focus on what truly matters before urgency takes over and distractions pull you off track. When we plan reactively, we often end up rushing through mornings, forgetting priorities, or feeling stressed because everything feels urgent. Proactive planning is different. It allows you to anticipate the important moments in your week, balance your immediate responsibilities with your long-term goals, and make sure there's always time for rest, creativity, and personal growth. This mindset is particularly crucial for Quadrant 2 tasks, the important but not urgent activities in the Eisenhower matrix. These are the tasks that often get overlooked, but proactive people make them a priority. By focusing on these activities, you build resilience, develop your skills, and strengthen your self-trust over time. In other words, proactive planning isn't just about getting things done. It's about shaping your life in a way that supports both your productivity and your overall well-being. Now that we understand how planning ties into a proactive mindset, the next question is, how do we make it stick? The key is to treat planning as a ritual, not just another task on your to-do list. Start by choosing a consistent planning time. For many people, Sunday evening or Monday morning works best. The important thing is to make it a regular check-in with yourself. Use this time not only to organize your tasks, but also to reconnect with your intentions for the week. Before scheduling anything, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what truly matters this week? What would success look like by Friday? Start with clarity about your priorities, not just the items on your list. Anchor your week around your key roles, such as student, job seeker, sibling, or creative. For each role, set one meaningful goal. This helps prevent overcommitting and ensures your week is balanced and purposeful. When you block time for these goals, use a tool that works for you. Google Calendar, Notion, or even a paper planner. But remember to leave room for flexibility. Life is dynamic, and proactive planning is about guiding your week, not controlling it perfectly. Finally, check in daily, even briefly. Take 5 to 10 minutes each morning to review your plan. Identify your 1 to 3 most important tasks for the day and see where adjustments are needed. This simple habit helps you act with intention rather than reacting on impulse. Proactive planning isn't just for school, work, or job applications. It's a lifelong skill that helps you respond to life with purpose instead of reacting in panic. For example, instead of letting stress take over and withdrawing or procrastinating, a proactive person might schedule recovery time like a walk, journaling, or a creative activity before things get overwhelming. Rather than waiting to find time for personal goals, they intentionally carve out even small moments to make progress. This mindset can transform the way you approach relationships, health, creativity, and long-term growth. It helps you move from feeling pushed around by life to being guided by your own compass, making choices that align with your values and vision. Let's take a step back and see how everything we've covered fits together. We started by exploring why time management matters, not just to do more, but to live with greater clarity and focus. Then you learned how to prioritize tasks using the Eisenhower matrix, distinguishing what is urgent from what is truly important. Next, we looked at the Pomodoro technique, which helps you focus deeply by breaking large tasks into manageable, focused intervals. We also explored daily and weekly planning systems, using tools like calendars and task managers to structure your time around your priorities. And finally, we added the mindset layer, recognizing that proactive planning is a skill of ownership, not just organization. When you bring these strategies together, they do more than help you get things done. They help you live deliberately. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. The habit of proactive planning strengthens with practice, and over time, you'll notice not only increased productivity, but also greater peace, clarity, and direction in your daily life.